Yes, yes. So how's the condo?
What is up, everybody, and welcome to Live with Kyle and Alex. Alex, it is happening. What is going on, buddy?
Hey, you know what? I had some great current events to talk about here, and I forgot what they were, and I forgot to put them in front of me. But I will say what I have tonight that I want to say. You got a haircut, and I think you look pretty good. That's what I have to say. I'm gonna. I think I said this before, but I'm gonna be like you if I ever grow up. I like that. You look great, Kyle. You do.
I love it. I love it.
That's all I had to say tonight.
Well, let me tell you, they just ended the Republican convention this past week.
Yes, they did.
Actually, as of yesterday.
Yep.
And they started going on baiting. Governor Doug Ducey has still pushing the mask mandate. However, he got caught without wearing a mask in a worldwide public.
Ooh.
That's trending online. So,
do you get the feeling that what politicians say is only for us and not for them?
absolutely, 100%.
I kind of get that feeling. But
Okay, let's get this show rolling here. Tonight, Alex, we got a special guest. She is in your area. She is in your industry. I know her for a very long time. Went to school with her and all that jazz. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Miss Hana Hayes. What's going on?
yes.
Hello, how are you guys? I'm good.
Wonderful and wonderful. It's totally exciting to have you on tonight.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Yes.
I'm so excited.
Glad to know that you've jumped into the, I guess you could say, same profession I'm in.
Yeah.
And early, you jumped in early. That is so great. I knew what I wanted to do at 12. So, and you started at what age? What age did you?
I started community theater at 7, I think, and then I moved to LA when I was 10. So that's when
you started before me. I was 12. I'm like, I love it. I love it.
Yeah. I moved to LA and started doing it professionally at 10. So that was fun.
Oh yeah. Nothing like that live audience too, theater.
Oh, the best. Yeah.
Like immediate reaction,
How's the movie industry doing now with this whole pandemic going on?
It's really interesting. I'm doing one film next month over Zoom. So they're sending me all of the production equipment and I'm doing it myself, which is going to be interesting, learning a couple new skill sets. So, it's good to see that they're finding creative ways around this whole thing. And yeah, it's good.
You say you're doing the film on Zoom?
Yes.
Really?
I know. It's going to be a learning curve. I'm not sure exactly right now, like how everything's going to work, but I've been meeting with the director next week and we're going to, work out the kinks and I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
It's a new world we're in now.
Exactly.
It's totally different, amazing. I'm wondering how all this is going to turn out anyway. It's definitely a learning curve.
Absolutely.
Sure. Yeah, that is totally for sure.
Sure, that's something you've never done in your age, Alex.
Yeah, exactly. When I started, there was no Zoom, Absolutely. But yeah, there's things are here today that definitely weren't here yesterday.
Exactly.
Sure.
I know. I'm glad we're all learning to adapt, though.
Right.
So, Alex.
Yes, sir.
Give me a second. I lost my cue cards.
So, how did you start, by the way, Hannah? I mean, how did you get into it? How did you start acting? Did you just wake up and say, I wanted to act?
Yeah, I mean, I was, as I said, like I was in community theater and I was always like sunflower number 2. Like I was never the lead, but always in the wings. I could not wait to get out there.
Yes,
And yeah, when I was 10, I had like, skinny girl hunch going on. Like my back is always like, I got that thing. And my mom entered me in this like modeling class kind of a situation because she wanted me to learn to stand up straight. And they played a promotional video for IMTA, which is, it's like an acting contest in LA. And I entered myself into it without truly discussing it with my parents. And they were like, if our kid wants to do soccer, we'd help them pursue that. So why not? And yeah, I moved out to LA. It was supposed to be for 6 months, and it turned to 10 years, and
Turned to 10
that's
years.
kind of what happened. Yeah.
Isn't it great when life comes at you like that? You don't
The
expect it,
best.
and it's 50 million times better than you could ever expect.
I know. And both my parents, my mom's an architect and my dad has a home healthcare company. So they had no idea what was going on in the industry at all. Like my mom was just kind of playing it by ear, and which is really good. I'm glad that both of my parents are like self-actualized and not trying to live vicariously, because that's where a lot of the problems arise, as I've seen.
Yes.
So yeah, no, I'm very fortunate.
What made you decide to jump in the movie business through the middle of, school like that?
I don't know. It's just is my biggest passion, and it was what made me feel most alive. And so yeah, that's what I decided to go after.
Yeah, that definitely does make you feel alive. I see you also done a grip load of TV series also. Yeah, it's a little bit different from the series to the feature film. You can take a little bit more time on a feature than you can with a series. Because you have so many weeks, can have a week or so for a series, but you have months and months for a feature sometime, so it's kind of different, but it's a great
Which
business.
one do you prefer?
I prefer features. I
Okay.
really do. Features, because they take their time. You're not rushed. I know I did a film, Paternity, with Burt Reynolds, and I sat in the parking lot sat in the parking lot waiting in the dressing room or whatever for about 3 days before I even got inside. So they take their time.
Yep. Yeah. No, I was in
the cards and letters keep coming in. The money. Keep those cards and letters coming in, folks.
the residuals. Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
Yeah, I recently was in a film called Relish, and we did it all in 9 days. It was crazy.
Ooh.
It was a full length feature, and it was so compact. Yeah, so that was definitely a growing experience, trying to figure out how to, really like mentally prepare yourself, especially when, none of the filming is linear. And so jumping back and forth so quickly, it was like a TV, but in a film setting. So
yeah. And sometimes you do, they shoot the end of the movie first, and then you go to the beginning, then you cut center. It's none of that straight script thing. It's jump all over the place. So
that's what's nice about episodic, is usually, especially when in front of a multicam in front of a live audience, they film it in a linear fashion, which is much easier to kind of navigate.
Absolutely.
So with the whole COVID-19 pandemic, the whole world decides to shut down. Everybody's all freaking out about this whole virus thing. What is happening now with the kissing scenes and stuff like that in the movie industry? Is there protocols you have to take in general?
We basically, I'm doing a movie hopefully next month. I literally was supposed to fly out the day before the world shut down to New York, and there's a few of those scenes in there, and basically, everyone just has to quarantine for 2 weeks, get tested every day, and just make sure that no diseases are spreading around.
Right. Yeah. So I understand you did a little PlayStation thing. Sarah, a PlayStation.
Yeah, I did.
Voiceover. Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
We had the whole, the suits with all the dots on them. You look like an alien.
Yes, you do.
It's 100 million degrees in there. But yeah, that was really wonderful. Unfortunately, I am completely inept when it comes to playing video games, so could not play my own part, but that's fine. We got a boyfriend and brothers for that, so they played and I watched.
Yeah, it's absolutely. Yeah, some of it is not as glamorous as people may think. you know.
Oh no, they like tip a box, like you're sitting down and there's an apple box and they tip it and they're like, that's a car crash, go for it, you know.
That's a car crash.
Okay, sure.
Yes, absolutely.
Good job.
It was definitely, I definitely had to stretch the imagination there, but it was a good acting exercise.
Yeah, absolutely.
Are you focused on more of the acting, or are you doing some of the stunts as well?
I did stunts for The Last of Us. All the roles that I've played where I've had to do stunts, I've done my own, which has been, I mean, I'm not athletic at all, so it's been interesting, but you know, haven't broken any bones. Nothing bad has happened so far, knock on wood. So I guess I'll continue to do it.
I'm sure it's painful.
Yeah.
So what is your dream acting job? Your dream job, whether it's acting or behind the camera, what is your dream thing? What is the character or something you would always wanted to play or wish you could play?
That's a hard question because there's, I mean, so many.
It's all fun.
Yeah, exactly. It's all wonderful. I'd take anything. But I really like playing like kind of gawky, awkward girls. That comes naturally for me, and I think it's really fun. So I would say like a primetime comedy would probably be my favorite. That's my favorite of the projects I've done so far has been in that category. So I guess that.
Oh, okay. Yes. So who are your mentors? Who do you look up to? Who would you have had to pick somebody that you?
Well, I mean, my favorite actor is Tom Hanks. I think he's absolutely incredible, so versatile, and wonderful. My mentors, like, you know, that I've met and worked with, John Homa was my acting teacher for a really long time. He's wonderful. He like really helped me dive deep into a lot of characters. And one of my mentors, sadly, Jack Turnbull, he just passed away from COVID, which is, you know, absolutely horrible. But he also like helped shape my young career. So yeah, those would be the ones.
Yeah.
Hey, met any superstars along the way? Hey, met any superstars along the way?
Yeah, I mean, Ariana Grande. I met Bill Nye the Science Guy at an Emmy party. James Corden. I'm like Rob Lowe, who is incredible. Those, I feel like those are the ones that come to mind right now.
Yeah.
So would you prefer film or stage?
Film, 100%.
Yes.
I love it.
Me too.
Yeah.
I salute you. A lot of people say, well, I like the immediate reaction is great. It is wonderful when you're on stage. But that film, doing that, it's just so much.
It's so magic. It's so magical.
So magical when that camera rolls and they say cut and you do the different angles and it's
the absolute best.
Film.
It's the absolute best.
Yes. Yes, I know exactly what you mean. You know.
I'm glad we share this love.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's something about stage when you go out on stage and you're out there. There's no cut, take two. If you blow a line, your butt is out.
Yep.
And you have to recover. And if you're doing a known piece like Shakespeare, you can't ad lib until you get your lines back together. Exactly. It's not, you can't say to be or not to go to the grocery store.
Yeah.
Come back. No. But an original piece, you may be able to ad lib and no one will ever know. So but film, it's cut, take two. Can you do it this way? You know?
Yep.
Nothing like
it. They test different skill sets because, you know, when you're on stage, you obviously, it's like one take and you have to do it perfectly the whole time. But film, you have to do it perfectly the whole time over and over and over again. And when your hand position has to be exactly the same, no matter, you know what I mean, from every angle. And so you're working so many parts of your brain at the same time, trying to make sure everything is completely, you know, cohesive.
That continuity has to be right, you know.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna make Kyle get some continuity there. I don't think he knows what continuity is, so we won't.
Oh,
I'm just curious how the whole Zoom movie is going to work. Like how that whole thing is going to be taped for Zoom.
Yes, I'm curious about that one myself.
yeah, it's I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about it, but like about the premise or whatever. I'll just say that it's a film that's based primarily, like all the shots are a video call between two people. Mm-hmm. So it's just like, for me, it's like I have to figure out the lighting and right. the sound and everything. But other than that, it's just, we're just literally filming filming our Zoom calls, which is interesting because it's a good, it's a good production company and everything. And so it's interesting that they're taking this route. But I think it'll be good. I think it'll be really interesting and something that, no one's done before. So I'm excited.
Yeah, I think we're all stuck in doing something we've never done before and figuring out how to do what we used to do that we can't do anymore that we want to do.
Yep.
So it's
most definitely.
We're in a new world. Totally.
First walked into that studio when you first got this whole movie thing started. Were you like, oh my God, this is like real life? Like this is what I pictured?
Well, you mean like first time on a film set ever? Oh yeah. I feel like it's exactly like the movies. I mean, better, but really magical. I mean, all the film studios, I love working on a lot. It's so wonderful, and seeing the plaques outside of each studio saying like everything that's been filmed there, it really is like everything I dreamed it would be, truly. And it never gets old. 10 years later, it never gets old.
Yeah.
I'm sure you probably watch a movie and be like, yeah, I know how this works, like,
oh yeah,
you don't even imagine how they did it, if you're in that industry already.
Yeah. I mean, I can't, that works for all film except for horror movies. I can't do it. It gets me every time. It could be like the lowest budget, like, I don't know if I'm allowed to curse on here, but like shittiest horror film ever. And I can't put it in my brain that it's all fake. I'm like so terrified.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. They make it so realistic in the business. Some of this stuff, I really don't know how they do it. A lot of it is CGI and all of this.
Yeah, CGI, green screen.
Yes, yep. Yes. I think this was years ago. I was on Hollywood Boulevard and I was at the Mann's Chinese Theater and I was watching a movie. I don't even remember what it was, but I'm sitting in the theater and in the movie, they are destroying Hollywood Boulevard. Hollywood Boulevard was totally destroyed. Yeah. And I'm saying, oh my God. I actually walked out of the Mann's Chinese Theater looking for Hollywood Boulevard to be destroyed.
Because it's so realistic.
And I'm thinking, they're destroying Hollywood Boulevard. How do I get home? It's so realistic now. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's wild what they can do. It really is.
Yeah. It's movie magic. It's movie magic.
Absolutely. So Kyle, you think you want to go into movies?
No, I don't think I will. I think I'm going to stay here, just promote entertainment, stage and live entertainment.
Hey, all right.
That's where I want to grow up. So, yeah, you guys follow your dream, Alex. You always got to follow your dream.
You got to do it. You have to. You definitely have to do that. Because if you don't do what you want to do, you're going to end up having to do something you don't want to do.
Got a point there.
Kind of simple,
Alex, anything else you got? Or you still got more?
Hey, I'm so glad to have you with us tonight.
Yes, me too. It's wonderful.
And just to have somebody that really into the same business that understands. I mean, I feel you. I feel the vibe.
Absolutely, I do as well.
The love in the film. It's like, the film. You just cannot beat it.
It's different to have somebody that's in that industry now to come on the show and be like, what's the difference between when you were in the industry, Alex, until now. It changes.
Oh, it definitely changed. Right now, the big thing I see is a difference is the technology. And parts were different too. There was a time where women weren't getting the parts they should get, or women weren't superheroes or whatever. But now you have Wonder Woman and all, they're on film now. And of course, people of color did not get great parts. I mean, if a black person had to be a drug dealer or a pimp or whatever, now that's changed. And so that's changed a lot. And the technology now is just so far in outer space now. It's like for years ago, I used to hear where they were saying that they were gonna get rid of actors and actresses, and actors were gonna be computer generated.
Yeah.
And I understand they did a film. I can't remember the name of it. There was a film in outer space or something. That this was in the last 5 to 8 years. They did a film, and I understand there was only one live person in the whole film, and everybody else was CGI. And that kind of technology now is almost frightening. So things have definitely changed from when I was in the business to now. So it's different, especially with the pandemic. I'm wondering how that's really going to work.
Yeah. Well, movie theaters are going out of business, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But they're making it happen. It really has started to ramp up again. I have a lot of friends that are in quarantine in various places in the world right now. And, just making sure it's so hard when there's so much money on the line, one person gets it and then they have to shut down production and lose millions. So
yes,
it's risky, but they're doing it.
Yeah.
Actually, before we shut the show down, what's a movie audition like? I've always wanted to know that.
What is it like?
Yeah, like what's the process you go through?
Okay, now there was a process when I back in the day when I was doing auditions, you would get your sides from the script, and then you would go over them and you would bring them in, and then you would audition for the casting director. And then the casting director liked you, then they would bring you back for the producers, writers, and everybody else. Now then they start doing on video. You go in and video your audition. And then some actors would call you, some producers would call you back in for after they see your part on the video, then they would call you back in for a person of the call back, I should say, in person. But now then a lot of actors, a lot of producers and everybody, they start hiring from the tape. Like Steven Spielberg, he hires from the tape. You watch your tape and then he hires you. So that's kind of the way it was when I was back in the day. So I don't know how that's going with you now, Hannah, but
pretty much exactly the same. I mean, it's case by case. Some casting or some producers and directors want you to just sit in the chair and say the lines. Others are like, use the room and hide behind the curtain, or whatever you need to do in order to make it convincing. But right now, I mean, I just finished taping an audition. Everything is on tape. And they're casting from that. I'm sorry, I have a demon cat.
You're good.
He's up to some antics right now. So if there's some background noise, that's what's going on.
You're good.
Yep. Don't know what he's up to, but yeah.
I would have loved to see his antics there, though.
What?
The antics he was going through there.
Oh yeah, he's got a lot going on. I think I need a behavioral therapist for him, but that's not today's issue.
Okay, all righty. Yeah. But now you said something about an audition. I have to tell you one of the strangest auditions that I've ever had.
I would love to hear it.
And I've never figured this one out. It was at CBS Radford, off of Ventura Boulevard. And as you know, Hannah, I'm sure you've been over to CBS Radford. You go up to the guard gate. The guard gate is about maybe 15, 20 feet off the sidewalk. You walk to the sidewalk, then you walk up to the guard gate. So I walk up to the guard gate and I tell the guard, I'm going to such and such a building. So the guard says, okay, there's the building right there. He points to the building, and the building is about maybe 30 yards away a walkway leading right to the building, a sidewalk right there, nothing in the way. Sidewalk leads you right to the door, 30 yards away. So when the guy showed me the building, he said, that's the building right there. But I knew I was in trouble when he said, I'll tell you how you get there. And I looked at him, sidewalk right there and everything. He said, I'll tell you how you get there. I said, okay, I'll bite. How do I get there? I kid you not, true story. He told me, turn around, go back to the, honest to God, true, go back to the street, make a left, go to the alley, and make a left in the alley. In the first clump of bushes you see, go through the go through the bushes, and you'll find a gate. That you will find a gate in the bushes. He said, the gate is open. Go through the bushes, go through the gate, and then walk to the sidewalk, and then go to the building.
Is this, are we entering the secret garden here? Like,
And I said, wait a minute, you're kidding me. He said, no, that's the only way you're gonna get there. And I said, okay, whoa. You have to explain this one to me. And what he said was what wound up not being the truth. He said that this is a non-union film, and I couldn't go for a non-union film anyway.
yeah.
He said this is a non-union film, and that's the only gate they're allowed to use in order to be on the lot. And I'm then, that's not making any sense to me. That made less than no sense.
Yeah.
So I actually did.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
You're good.
Gotcha.
So-
Oh my God. We're good.
Is that the antics we're going?
Yeah, that's it. Here he is. Oh my God, he's stalking me.
Okay.
Okay.
So I actually did it. I went down, made the left, went through the bushes and everything, got in there, read it. I got the part.
Amazing.
But the movie was National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation with Chevy Chase. It was not a non-union movie. And that's what I had to go through.
Why would that is? I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
You're talking about making less than no sense. If you check the book of not making sense, that's on the first page.
That is so hilarious. Honestly,
That actually happened.
I cannot believe that happened to you.
And I love telling that story. It's unbelievable, but it's true. Actually happened. And I never figured that one out.
Yeah.
So I hope you never have that kind of audition. But if you do, get the part like I did.
Exactly. Stick it to him.
You'll go through all of that to get the part, as long as you get the part.
It's great seeing you again. Thanks for joining us.
Yes, of course. Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
Yes.
where can people find you real quick before we let you go?
Instagram, Hana Hayes _. Same on Twitter. That's pretty much it.
Wonderful.
Yeah, well, I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. And again, thank you so much
absolutely.
for having me.
You too, extraordinarily thank you.
Yes, it's been lovely meeting such a kindred spirit.
God bless. Have a
All
good
right.
one. Take care.
Bye. Bye,
Bye-bye.
Kyle.
Good night.
Bye.
All right, that was downright pleasurable.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yes. All right.
Not bad of a show too. Okay, Monday night we have a strange thing going on. It's we're talking to a barber.
Yes, and a barber. The conversations that happen in a barber shop, buddy. So, folks, you have to listen in to this one. I am going to grill this barber on some of the conversations they have. And anybody that's been in a barber shop for any length of time knows that there are some extremely strange conversations in a barber shop. You gotta love it. That was the gist of the series of movies, Barbershop. So we're gonna have our own barbershop. That's when is that? That's Monday. That's Monday, right, Kyle?
Monday night. That's right.
Monday night. So you got to come get your haircut Monday night. This conversation is going to be so far out. You may have a haircut sitting at home just watching, listening. So you got to tune in. I'm looking forward to this one. I'm going to have hair on my head so it can be cut during the conversation. Okay. God bless, folks.
All right, guys. Tune in live with Kyle X every Monday and Friday on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe, like, and comment. And yeah. Good night, everybody.
Thanks a lot, folks. Good night. Where is my water?